themselves together as the manner of some is. So if you forsake him, he'll forsake you. But see, we look at this thing so nonchalantly, oh, I ain't going today. I'm going to stay at home today. Football game coming on. Baseball game coming on. Or I'm going to the store. They got a sale on. What good that's going to do you in hell? Verse 3 says what?
And for many days Israel has been without the true Elohim.
Come on.
And without a Torah priest. And without Torah.
That's the state of the church world today. Come on. Hallelujah. They are without Yah. They are without a Torah preacher. And they don't have the Torah. So what are they doing? Next verse 4.
But in their distress, they turned to Yahweh Elohim of Israel, and they sought him.
Come on.
And he was found by them.
See that? That's love right there. Keep going, brother.
And in those days, there was no peace to the one who went out, nor to the one who came in. For great disturbances were on all the inhabitants of the lands.
What's happening out there is happening in the church world. And it should not be. But because we went out and come in, went out and come, we are putting ourselves away from that total protection. When you walk away from him, you walk from underneath that umbrella. And different things attaches themselves to you. And when you come back, you are a mess that need to be cleaned up, purged. Many of us come back, and with that pride riding on our shoulder, we don't want nobody to touch us. Don't tell me nothing about what I'm doing. Mind your own business. What I do is my business. You ain't got no business. Because his business. He knows everything about you. He knows your thoughts. He knows you down to the marrow of your bones. What else it said, brother?
And they were beaten down nation by nation, city by city, for Elohim troubled them with every distress.
But what? Go ahead.
But you be strong and do not let your hands be feeble, for there is a reward for your work.
There's a reward for what? Not for your sitting down doing nothing. There's a reward for your work. I heard the Messiah say, lo, behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, and I will reward every man according as his shall be. That's right. That's right. So we got some work to do, isn't that right? Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 20. Ezekiel 22:20 says, and they gathered silver, and they gathered bronze and iron and lead and tin into the midst of a furnace to blow fire on it, to melt it. But watch this now. So I gather you in my displeasure, in my wrath, and I will blow fire on you and melt you. Y'all read? Y'all saw that? Do we want that? I think we want to escape the fire. Isn't that right? Brother Dean, start reading in verse 3. Read down. Yes, sir.
And you shall say, thus said the Master Yahweh, the city sheds blood in her midst, that her time might come, and she has made idols within herself to become defiled.
Come on.
You have become guilty by the blood which you have shed, and have defiled yourself with the idols which you have made.
Okay.
Thus you have brought your days near, and have come to the end of your years. Therefore I shall make you a reproach to the nations, and a mockery to all lands.
Where is Israel right now? A reproach to the nations, and everybody mock us. Read on, my brother.
Those near and those far from you mock you.
Come on.
Defiled is your name, and great the confusion.
Come on.
See, the leaders of Israel, each one has used his arm to shed blood in you, and they have despised father and mother within you. They have oppressed the stranger in your midst. They have wronged the fatherless and the widow within you.
Do 21 and 22. I'm skipping, but just do 21 and 22. The rest of y'all can read that at your own leisure. 21 and 22 says what?
And I shall gather you and blow on you with the fire of my wrath.
Come on.
And you shall be melted in its midst. As silver is melted in the midst of a furnace, so you are melted in its midst. And you shall know that I, Yahweh, have poured out my wrath on you.
See, everybody don't know who Yah is. That's why they play these little silly games. They don't know who he is. Because he said, if you say, I know him, and you don't keep his commandments, you're a liar and the truth is not in you. See what I'm telling you right, everybody don't know him. So when he's saying, since y'all don't know me, I'm going to make y'all know my name. Even though you're called sometimes by my name, talking about people who go under the name Yahweh, you still don't know him. Because if you knew him, we wouldn't have no cliques going on. We wouldn't have no segments in the body. All this disgruntling going on. If we knew him, we don't need a whole bunch of assemblies of Yah. We don't need that. If we knew him, we would do what he prayed in Matthew and John 17:11. Father, let them be one, even as we are one. But we got Yah's people, Brother Ken, that's sitting down saying, well, they don't do it like us, and we don't do it like them. Well, what's the problem? Look like to me, if we see there's a problem, we need to address it. And don't stop addressing it until it's solved. Now, if we don't love each other to that depth, we don't love each other. We might as well stop playing them little silly games. Am I making sense to you? If we love each other, we put self down and we say, okay, Father, have your way. Show us your will and be willing to follow it. Which means the ones who are leaders in the congregation, the Father said, he that seeks to be the greatest, let him be the servant of all. That means you got to have a humble heart. Humility is the way. And I've heard too much, seen too much to believe that even people carrying Yah's name is ready for him to come back. I've been crying out, and I haven't been sparing anybody. And I'm not talking about to the world, I'm talking about right in here. And we need help. Hallelujah. You going to say that about the congregation where you pastor? Should I get up here and lie and say we doing everything right? I'm not going to do that. We need help. The people in the church world need help. I'm going to change. They need a little bit more help because they done turn their backs on Yah. Let's move on. Jeremiah 35:17. It says these words, therefore thus says Yah Elohim of hosts, the Elohim of Israel, see, I am bringing on Yehudah and on all the inhabitants of Jerusalem all the evil I have pronounced against them. Why, Father? Because I have spoken to them, but they did not listen. And I have called to them, but they would not answer. No, it's not the nation's fault. But we're always looking for somebody to blame. That's our plight. It started in the garden. Y'all remember? Eve said, the serpent made me do it. Adam said, that woman you gave me made me do it. And the serpent was looking around and saying, well, I ain't got nobody to blame. But humans had somebody to blame. And we still do the same thing. What I'm saying to us is this. Whatever you're in trouble with the Father with, don't look for nobody else to blame. Just say, Father, it's me. Because no devil in hell can make you do anything you don't want to do. The Father in heaven don't make you do anything. The devil is an influence, and Almighty Yah is an influence. One influence or the other is going to control your life. I want Yah to control mine. I choose Yah to influence me. Because sometimes I be wanting to say stuff, and I hear him say, I shut my mouth. Sometimes I be wanting to do stuff. He say, pull myself back. And my prayer is, Father, whatever you know is my weakest point, I need you to build a bulwark between me and that. Keep me hedged in every single day. That's my prayer. Keep me hedged in every day. Everybody hear what I'm saying, huh? Okay. He said they did not shema. They didn't hear me. Do y'all hear me today? I'm telling you that Yah said I will never leave you nor forsake you, but if you leave me, I'm going to leave you. If you forsake me, I'm going to forsake you. And my wrath going to come upon you. And I'm going to melt you, just like silver is melted in the fire. You think he's playing? Ezekiel chapter 9, verse number 4. No. Go to Ezekiel 8, verse number 17. It says, he said to me, have you seen, O son of man, is it a small thing to the house of Yehudah to do abominations which they have done here? You taking that so lightly? Hold on a minute. You just committed a grave sin and you act like you didn't do a thing. Got to be seared with a hot iron. He said, wait a minute, you took that kind of lightly. For they have filled the land with violence and turned back to provoke me. And see, they are putting the branch to my nose. Therefore I will indeed deal in wrath. My eye will not pardon, nor will I spare. And they will cry in my ears with a loud voice, but like they didn't hear me, I'm not going to hear them. I'm going to tell you right now, time is coming upon us. We're going to need him. Because see, the saints of the Most High, the establishment is not going to allow their doctors to see about you without the mark. You will not get any food without the mark. You will not even get water to drink. No gas for your car without the mark. No lights in your house without the mark. Are we ready for that? Because see, we got to remember, when darkness fell upon Egypt, they had light all in Israel. Huh? When they need water, he made water come out the rock. Do you believe we're still serving the same one? When they needed some meat, they sent quails from all over the place. And if the quail wasn't enough, he said, man,